one of the greatest MCs of all time behind the mic. This week, he dropped a 10-minute freestyle on Hot 97 that blew up the internet and was trending #1 on Twitter last night. Please welcome, from the legendary Roots crew, a multiple Grammy Award winner, Tariq Trotter, a.k.a. Black Thought.
Merry Christmas, Las Vegas fam. I'm Ryan, this George.
What's poppin', guys? How you living?
Man, we coming at you with another unbiased, real reaction, man.
Yeah. What's going on? Shout out to the Freethinkers, guys.
Yeah, man.
Like Ryan said, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Kwanzaa, Hanukkah,
Yes.
whatever the fuck you.
Whatever you
celebrate
celebrate.
Christmas, whatever. Holidays, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, we wanted to drop this one for y'all, man. We wanted to give y'all this one.
Yeah, man.
I know the hip hop heads, I know y'all, we've seen you in the comments. We've seen you on Twitter. We've seen you on Instagram. We've seen you on Facebook requesting this one.
All day,
I have
every day.
struggled. Word. I have struggled not to watch this. You know what I mean? I literally took myself away. And this was hard not to watch because it's been everywhere. P. Diddy tweeted this is the best freestyle in hip-hop history. All these, there's been a lot of buzz around this freestyle, and I wanted to save it. But I'm just glad that someone who has been severely underrated as a lyricist is getting his just due. So we're going to do this Black Thought freestyle.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
he's dope, man.
I know it's gonna be crazy. It's 10 minutes long. I already know. I know who. I've been knew about Black Thought though.
So get your popcorn, get your cookies, get your blunts, get your bagels, whatever you do to chill. That's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a 30-minute video. No,
Probably. We probably should have did a review for this one, but fuck it. We're gonna try to, you know, decipher it the best we can. So let's get.
But I want to enjoy it.
Yeah,
let's get a
we're
feel
gonna
what they
enjoy
want.
it. Yeah, and that's another thing, guys. We're not going to break down every single line. And there's like people that are like, you missed that, you missed that, you missed that line. And I know that it's not always meant with malice, guys. I know you guys are just offering feedback, and I don't want to feel like you guys have to censor yourselves.
Please don't.
If we do it justice and we're breaking it down and we give you our insight, man, try to like appreciate that. You know what I mean? You can always kind of give your feedback on certain lines, but it kind of comes off a little corny. It's almost like you clean an entire gymnasium and then a motherfucking
find one little spot.
You missed the spot. Like, guys, come on. You know what I mean? So
I just think that and I think George feels the same way, man. We try to talk on the things that's impactful. Like, wow, that was dope. You know, if it's simple and it's a pretty straightforward line, I mean,
we're not gonna
really
acknowledge it. Yeah. And then sometimes lines do fly over our heads. We're human. This is a first listen, and this is a very dense, lyrical artist here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So some stuff is gonna fly over our heads, but just because we're not reacting to everything, it doesn't mean that we're not catching that line either.
Right.
The biggest thing is I feel like as long as we're doing it justice, guys, just show some love. If you disagree, you disagree, but try not to like get too picky about every little line that we're missing here. Okay? First listen, guys. Without further ado, Black Thought.
Let's jump into it.
Freestyle on Front Flex. I'm excited. Legend, by the way. Legend.
Black Thought is here. Yes, sir. And we're gonna, you know what we do in this Spock Studios.
You know.
I'm sorry for your loss. It's somebody dead in the car, and it's probably one of yours.
Hold on.
Yeah, that beat it.
Hold on. First thing we gotta do is we gotta acknowledge. We gotta acknowledge that that's one of the illest beats in hip hop history, in my opinion. That's Mobb Deep, The Learning.
Yep.
Burn. We got Burn too.
And you know what I like about this too? He ain't waste no time. You know, typically like, okay, you know, they try to gain that momentum. He was like, he just came right in.
He said it's a body dead in the car. It's probably one of yours. Already.
I'm sorry for your loss. It's somebody dead in the car, and it's probably one of yours.
Yeah.
The writing all across the window in the walls, whether it was true or false, we shouldn't have got involved. We walked past the teacher, take the chalk and laugh. We wrote punishments. I will not talk in class. Now it's pistols punishing people for talking fast, and all these innocent bystanders is hauling
So he said, rewrote punishments. I will not talk in class. Now it's pistols punishing people for talking fast. And now all of these innocent bystanders is hauling ass.
Yep.
So we went from bad kids in school.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So just showing you like bad kids in school to now shoot niggas and being in a situation, being in street shit is what we're saying there. But Went from that to that, but that was slick already. So let's get back to it.
I swear they wise men know they foolish. But we was headed for the web even before computers. I never thought you'd give me a reason to do this. Cain and Abel, Jesus and
Judas. Oh yeah, that was hot.
Judas, I see intruders, avert your eyes. I told you keep out of the hood.
Circumcised.
And it's just, he said so much here, and this is why it's hard to break every line down.
It'll take all day.
So I want to touch on a couple lines that grab me. Fools swear they wise men know they foolish. You know what I mean? So fools swear that they wise. Like the most foolish people think they're the wisest, but wise men know
it's bullshit.
They're foolish. They can spot a fool a mile away, right? Then he said, I never thought you'd give me a reason to do this. Cain and Abel, Jesus and Judas, Caesar and Brutus. I see intruders, avert your eyes. And he said, I told you keep out of the hood. Circumcised. I'm not gonna describe fucking
circumcision,
uncircumcised fucking penis. But stay out of the hood. Circumcise the hood as in the streets, but the hood as in the shit that going in. Yeah. But I don't know if he's talking about somebody. I don't know if he's talking about betrayal.
Yeah.
Right. My point is, I don't know if he's talking about someone that's betrayed him specifically, because he says Cain and Abel and Jesus and Judas. Betrayal. You know, in those particular stories in the Bible, it was surrounding betrayal. So I'm just curious to know if he was talking about someone specific, but that was slick. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's get back to it.
Yeah, he's rolling too, boy. He's smooth. He's coming in and out of that cadence smooth. It's very even.
Yep.
Very even flow. He just vibe.
Riding the beat, just like a legend should. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's get back to it.
Hey yo, you heard the line, everybody plays the fool. Well, I'll be that exception to the rule.
Yeah.
The principle to hand deliver lessons to the school. I was making major moves, my dollar deja vu. My mission when my ambition was brandishing the tool to be an icon. Wearing slippers made of python. Getting mine quicker cause I'm slick as a pipeline. Transporting the oil, tribulation and toil hit the operation. But I'm back in the soil, got my craft.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk a little bit.
Busy. Golly. What do you say about the exception? I'll be the exception to the rule. Everybody plays the fool. I like that. That was hard.
That was hard.
That was super hard.
He said, yo, you heard the line, everybody plays the fool. Well, I'll be that exception to the rule. Right?
Yeah.
That was slick. He was like, I'm not going to play the fool.
Hell no.
That's what he's saying. I've never been that guy to play the fool. I'm an exception to it. Yeah, my ambition was brandishing a tool to be an icon, wearing slippers made of python, snake skin, get mine quicker because I'm slick as a pipeline, transporting the oil. Tribulation and toil, hit the operation, I'm back in the soil. So even just tribulation and toil. So his ambition was to become an icon.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Tribulation and toil. Tribulation, like the pain and the suffering that he had to go through, the hard work, the dedication.
The trials and tribulations.
Right.
Yeah.
That he had to go through to get to where he's at. So slick. So, but I'm slick too. You know what I mean? Like oil, but slick oil through a pipeline. Just the wordplay in that was slick. So let's keep it going.
Yeah, man.
Flash, I dodged the bullet that killed the cashier. My homie told me to come with him to the mass shit. Them brothers said, don't go from written bars filled with rage to primetime television and your gilded cage.
Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I don't think y'all know how crazy that line was. So he said, my homie told me to come with him to the mosque, basically. Right. The mosque is like a Islamic place of worship. He said, them brothers, so the Muslims told him, don't go from the written bars filled with rage to primetime television in your gilded cage. I don't know if you guys know what a gilded cage is. Ooh. That's kind of like a facade. A gilded cage is like when you get to a place of comfort, but you're not, like, even though you're in a comfortable place, you're still in a constrained position, right? Like you're living a facade, you're living a lie. So you're talking about bars filled with rage, talking about shooting and killing people, and then you have to sort of uphold that truth, right? And you kind of put yourself in a gilded cage. You're not, you know, when you realize that that's a bunch of bullshit, you're kind of stuck in that facade. Right? So you're kind of constrained in this
almost
sort of...
you're imprisoned.
Right. You're imprisoned in this gilded cage is what that means. So the Muslims told him, don't do that. Be righteous. Take the righteous route. Talk about shit that needs to be talked about. Right? These things that help, you know, elevate people's minds.
Absolutely. So
I thought that was really, really, really important.
That was well
written,
dude.
That was sick.
To primetime television and your gilded cage. Then forget it's people in the world still enslaved.
There it is.
Wire my wrist and let it fill the page. Gunfire.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, man, you know, just to... We kind of like defined it right there.
Yeah.
You're talking about gun bar. Don't write these gun bars filled with rage. And then of course you'll realize that there's people in the world that's still enslaved, right? There's still people in the world that are oppressed.
Absolutely.
And you're talking about, why would you write, you know, destructive music, right? Music that's kind of destructive to your community. When you should be helping your community, right? Helping those people that are oppressed. So that was just That was slick, dude.
Yeah.
This is, again, legendary
He's
shit.
killing it.
Undergarments of armor be my intimate apparel.
Yeah.
Kardashian, Kanye, my rhyme play immaculate. Same cadence as DOC. Pre-accident, maybe my acronyms on Paul. Pkwy rapping and give me the proper respect. Motherfucker, we back again.
Yeah.
For a couple things we lost in the fire. The drive, the desire to perform on the highest plateau. I'm at that show lost in the mire. Wondering how we got so far.
Yeah. Inspired.
Look, when photos with sepia tone and record players was something you would keep in your
Yo,
home.
okay, we gotta
Yeah.
stop it, dude. This dude, he's blacking.
He is giving.
No pun intended, he's blacking.
He's giving you so many.
He said-
no jewels, man.
I like the pre-Kardashian Kanye line. Pre-Kardashian Kanye.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Before he kind of like went
Right.
psycho. Even though he made some shit after the Kim Kardashian. But that was slick. What he was saying is the young, hungry Kanye, the focused Kanye.
Yep.
That was ill.
Yeah.
Same cadence as DLC pre-accident. Maybe my acumen's more on par with Pkwy rapping them.
Yeah.
Pkwy Rap is a legendary MC, New York MC. Then he said, wondering how we got so far from inspired. He said, look, when photos were sepia tone and record players was something you would keep in your home. So, he's obviously, how far we got,
Yeah.
how did we get so far from inspired?
We've been led astray.
We've recently released a video. We recently released a video that was on some bullshit, right? There's a lot of buffoonery going on in music, and that's kind of what he's addressing. How did we get so far from inspired, right? And I love, like, again, this is what signifies a higher level lyricist to me. Instead of saying, okay, back in the day this or back in the day that, and being straightforward, he paints the picture with the words that he's using, right? So look, when photos was sepia tone. So if you don't know what a sepia tone photo is, it's a reddish brownish photo. You know what I mean? That you would see like your great grandmother have. So it wasn't like a traditional colored photo. But saying sepia toned,
Puts you in that.
it gives you the
time
imagery.
frame.
Imagery, like, oh, I can now. I'm looking back on my old. I'm looking back on the old pictures my grandmother would have of my family, right? You know, so from when photos were sepia tone and record players was something you would keep in your home. Some old school back in the day from that.
That's when people were inspired. And to echo your sentiments, man, when he says things like that, it puts you in that mind for like, oh yeah, I remember pictures like that. And it puts you instead of saying back in the day. Right. Instead of way back in the day and this and that. Yeah, dude.
Man, let's get back to it.
I made the 21 pound for some newfound religion. When money's put down, it's only one sound to make OGs and young lions equally proud to listen. Secret amalgamism, an algorithm. From where only kings and crowns permitted the darkness. Where archaeologists found my image in parchment rolled into a scroll, holding a message for you. It said the only thing for sure was taxes.
Yo, this is crazy. Listen to the lyricism here, man. Listen to this dude, man.
But what he saying about OGs and young lions, meaning that he's relating, that both people can relate?
So he says OGs and young lions equally proud to listen. The secret amalgamism of algorithm. You know what I mean? So OGs, young lions can relate to what he's talking about, right? He has that sort of
like meaning older people and the new school people, younger people can relate because they're equally proud to listen. That's I thought that was dope. And I think that really resonated with me when he said that because no matter what time frame you're from or what, you know, whether you're young, you're old, you know, whatever, or in the middle, you're proud to listen to something like this because they're speaking about something. The lyricist has got some substance.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely. Perfectly said.
So, I mean,
because you're looking at someone that takes pride in what he does. You're looking at a supreme lyricist. You're looking at someone who's just very good at what he does. He's an artist. You know what I mean? So you should be proud to listen to this, just so, like you should be proud of looking at an incredible painting in your home, right? You know, very good point, though.
Yeah, man.
And then just the God, this is gonna be a fucking long video. It's gonna be a long video. My image in parchment rolled into a scroll holding a message for you. It said the only thing for sure is taxes, death, and trouble. You know what I mean? So again, incredible lyricism right there. You know what I mean?
And what that means to me is that's always been that way. From years and years back in the day. No matter if that it's always been that way. That the only thing is for sure is taxes, death, and trouble.
That's right.
You know what I mean? No matter what genre or where you're brought up. If you're brought up back in the 80s, if you're 80s baby, 70s to 90s and 2000s to the teens, this is still relevant.
To your point, he said we're archaeologists. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, and probably until the end of time will be the case, right? Unless society evolves to a point where we can get past that, but that's another conversation. So, Very good lyricism. Just wanted to point that out. Let's get back to it.
Killing it.
The anomaly, sworn solemnly, high snobbery, freakonomics and war policy, dichotomy. That's heaven and Hades, Tigris and Euphrates. His Highness, the apple of the iris to you ladies and babies. We went from Similac and Infamil to the internet and fentanyl. With all consent was still against the will.
Wow.
Detox for y'all. The microphone, Dr. Black, Deepak Chapal. I'm a Kriya to make you wanna peacock your arm. Every heavy dignitary pay your meat top regardless.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, you're right. This dude is blacking, man.
Crazy.
Blacking. So, I mean, I know there's a lot that we could kind of break down here. You know how they got like, you know, people talk about ergonomics and Reaganomics and all that. What do you say? Freakonomics and war policy? I mean,
That's a great book, by the way.
dude.
Stephen Levett, Freakonomics. If you haven't read that, and I've read transcripts from that book. It's amazing. He has a cool, interesting take on Freakonomics, or on economics, but he calls it Freakonomics because he kind of looks at like everyday life situations, like the odds of a kid making it if his mom's on crack and shit like that. He looks at sumo wrestlers and that whole culture and how they cheat to kind of. Certain sumo wrestlers at the top cheat to get to a higher status, but he looks at economics from a really interesting, unique perspective. So check that book out. Then he said, as babies, we went from Similac and Infamil to the internet and fentanyl. He said, when all consent was still against the will, I got a detox for y'all. But that was hard.
Yeah.
Right? So we went from, babies drinking Similac, right? From kids, maybe what he's saying here is we went from being young babies, right? Just drinking Similac to now being addicted to the internet, being addicted to narcotics, right? Because fentanyl is a narcotic,
right?
And he said when all consent was still against the will. So you have even if you're giving yourself consent to do these drugs, it's still against your will because you're addicted to these drugs.
Yep.
Then he said, I got the detox for y'all. That was hard.
Yeah.
That was hard.
This is the detox right here, the bars.
The microphone Dr. Black, Deepak Chopra.
Yeah.
So Deepak Chopra, if I'm not mistaken, is like I think he does like holistic medicine. Alternative medicine.
Really? I didn't know that.
So he says, I got the detox for y'all. The microphone doctor, Black Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra, I think, is a doctor that does alternative medicine. So you kids are on some bullshit with this internet shit, doing drugs, fentanyl representing narcotics that you're doing, the internet being poisonous to your mind. I'm the doctor, right? I'm the doctor. I got the cure for you. I'm the Deepak Chopra. I got the alternative medicine to heal you, essentially.
These bars.
Crazy.
These bars.
Crazy. If I got that right, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it.
I'm a griot that make you wanna peacock your arm. Every heavy dignitary pay your meat top regardless.
I'm sorry. I gotta talk about that. I don't know if a griot. See, this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he's killing. He's killing.
Because he's really challenging me to because I'm.
And we just want to let y'all know if we'd have did the homework first and we cheated.
If we could have beasted,
we would have killed.
We could have beasted. If we did a comprehensive review and studied this shit and went back and looked up, we would be bodying this. But we're trying.
Right.
I think a griot is like a poet, an African poet or something like that. I'm a griot that make you want to peacock your arm. A peacock shows its feathers. It kind of displays its feathers, right? But peacock your arm, maybe raise your arm in pride, I think is what he's saying there. Then he said, every heavy dignitary paying me top regard. So a dignitary is someone who's a high-ranking type of person, right? So even the dignitaries is looking at him like,
paying me.
So the dudes that's supposed to, the dudes that's supposed to give it up, the dudes that matter are paying him top regards, like his peers. Everyone knows that Black Thought is the truth. Everyone who's in the know knows that Black Thought's the truth. I think is what he's saying. But just want to kind of break that down a little bit so you understand that he's going in, guys.
And he's heavily respected. That's really what he's saying.
Yep, absolutely.
Boy, I'm 3 octaves far from the B knock and lost. So that smart money finna get the heat out. The car K. Dot Lamar meets Tupac Shakur. 5 by a few cops. Too hot to charge.
Gonna be a 45. This might be the longest video we've ever done.
Yeah, that was hot.
This might be the longest video we've ever done. Damn.
K. Dot Lamar meets Tupac Shakur.
Got profiled by a few cops. Too hot to charge. He said, I'm K. Dot Lamar meets Tupac Shakur. Got profiled by a few cops. Too hot to charge.
Yeah,
I'm too hot. I'm too hot.
Yeah,
I'm too much of a big deal. I'm too hot. You can't charge me. You can't. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can't profile me. I'm above being profiled.
And it's just hot. And a charge is hot, right? You can't touch a charge, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? An electric charge, right?
Crazy. All right.
Dope.
Let's get back to it.
Somebody said a price tag was on a rapper's head, so we gon' see a nice bag
when the rapper's dead.
The mask black, the flag green, black and red. They'll probably wave a white flag after plasma shit.
Yo.
Wow.
this dude is snapping. Ah, Locksmith?
God.
My song?
You keep doing that. You
Murder
keep
Move?
saying
I don't know. It's looking like. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna keep listening to this.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about the lines here.
What'd he say about the price tag on a rapper's head?
He said, listen, somebody said a price tag was on a rapper's head, so we gonna see a nice bag when a rapper dead,
yeah.
right? So somebody said a price tag, meaning there's money on someone's head, meaning that there's a hit out on somebody.
Yep.
And we're gonna see a nice bag when the rapper's dead. A bag is a bag of money.
They're gonna collect the
They're
reward.
gonna collect the money for
Yep.
killing the rapper, right? That has a price on his head. Then he, but what I really liked here, and I don't know if you guys know the significance of this line, he said the mask black, the flag green, black, and red. They'll probably wave a white flag after plasma shed. So the mask black, he's got a black mask on, the flag green, black, and red. That's the flag of, it's like the Pan-African flag, right? That's a flag that signifies African Americans, right? And then he said they'll probably wave a white flag. The white flag signifies surrendering after plasma shed, after your blood is drained. So again, he says things, even though it may seem surface level, if you really dig into what he's saying, dude, this guy's he's incredible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, anyways, incredible lyricism, man. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, man.
Bag when a rapper's dead, the mask black, the flag green, black, and red. They probably wave a white flag after plasma shed, no doubt. Yo, the game went their own route. I can't explain what these lame kids is talking about, or how they fit their whole foot into their own mouth. I put a couple bodies in a brown bag, then I'm on route. I'm sneaking shopping with my son size 8 prior to their release. Cause why wait? Look, in my state, I gotta.
Yeah, but I think it's a good time to stop because I like what he said up there. That was important. You know what I'm saying? He said, I can't explain what these lame kids is talking about, or how they fit their whole foot inside their own mouth. Not the whole foot.
Yeah.
When you say someone puts a foot in their mouth, that means you put your foot in your mouth, you said something stupid or you said something ignorant. Yeah. So these kids are out here saying ignorant, stupid shit. You know what I mean? What these lame kids are talking, they don't know what they're talking about, right? They don't have any guidance. And that's just a good ill play on words for him saying that, though. I thought that was dope. That's why Funk Flex was like, at all. Because these kids are, acting like buffoons. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's get back to it.
Yeah, man.
If we ain't family or friends, then we don't vibe.
Right,
Gun in y'all face, none of y'all safe. If I catch you at the right time, in the wrong place. Woo! Sipping on something with a strong taste, like whiskey or bootleg bourbon with a corn base.
That was slick, though. I like that one little line, though.
Yeah, you like that when he said catch you in the wrong place?
He said I'm that gun in y'all face, none of y'all safe if I catch you at the right time in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Slipping.
Like you slipping.
Yeah. That was slip.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it.
Yo, these weaklings is claiming they cutting up in the street. Nigga, peace, you ain't working with nothing but the police. You ain't finna be nothing but the deceit. You in the tournament with a permanent crease. I reside between the seconds on the corner. Wow. CB4 can we afford? It's like a Sharia law on my Sharia law.
Yo, this is crazy. He is just, God. Yeah, but the how much CB4 can we afford? For those of you who are unfamiliar with CB4, it was a movie that Chris Rock was in. It was just chronicling fake dudes that were faking being gangster rappers, right? Chris Rock was a fake gangster rapper. And he's saying, how much CB4 can we afford? He's talking about the industry, right? How much bullshit can we afford? These dudes are out here rapping like they're fake, they're bullshitting around. CB4 rappers, right? Signifying that movie. But he said it's like a Sharia law on my Sharia more. So that's a tough line to dissect. I don't know if I'm getting this right. He's talking principle rap over an incredible backdrop, right? Something like Stevie Wonder, Sharia Moore. But then he said, how much hypocrisy can we possibly endure? Going back to the CB4 line, right?
Right.
So, I don't know. It's interesting. And then it looks like he says here next, he says, but ain't nobody working on a cure, my young bull. So what he's saying here, man, in a nutshell, there's a lot of destructive, regressive music out there, right? Yeah. A lot of music that isn't art. It's not considered art. It's looked at as a mockery of hip hop. But he said, but ain't nobody working on a cure. No one's working on a cure for that. He said, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really slick how he worded that. People, there's CB4, a lot of CB4 rappers out here. How much more of this can we take? No one seems to be working on a cure for the bullshit that's going on in the industry, right? But him, rappers like him that's trying to enlighten the younger generations.
I think he really kind of brings it full circle with the words he chooses to use in this to paint the right picture.
Right, so. and that's the sign of a great lyricist, guys. It's how clever can you put words together, right?
Absolutely.
How can you add more depth, right?
Absolutely.
That's why I see the talent at, and that's why he's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Y'all just regular, I'm an apex predator. Brim stay fresh, feathered up, etc. Nevertheless, I got a message and left. One dead messenger, yeah. Henry Kissinger, Buzz Bissinger. Look, my capo regime, Mr. Noradine, and my oldest son, I mean Celine, out of New Orleans.
Okay, we got to touch on some of that, man.
His cadence was crazy on that. I love the way he brought that. Woo! That was smooth.
Slick talk.
Yeah.
This was real slick talk. He said, y'all just regular, I'm an apex predator. Brim stay fresh, feathered up.
Yep.
You know, nevertheless, I got a message and left, one dead messenger. Yep, the way he switched his flow was, I didn't do that any justice, but that was slick.
He killed that.
Then he said, my pen is Henry Kissinger, Buzz Bissinger. Henry Kissinger, I believe, is the an old Secretary of State. You know, I'm not a big history buff, but he's an old Secretary of State. Buzz Bissinger is like a critically acclaimed author.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So his pen is like of that status, right? He said, look, my Kopo Rahim, I think that's Capo. Yo, this dude is killing me, man. My Kopo Rahim, I think, is to no redeem. I think he's saying he's the capo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's an Italian mob boss.
Yeah.
The capo, the top boss, the top high-ranking official in the mafia. So, slick shit. Anyways, just wanted to touch on a few things, man. We gotta do our Googles.
Yeah.
Do your Googles with this guy.
And my oldest son, I mean Celine, out of New Orleans, took a golf cart to the Baccarat from the wall.
Yeah.
What was on the wall, that depend on what you call art. I'm a
Yeah.
300K, ain't even in a ballpark. I charge more just for an awkward small talk.
But he said, I charge more just for awkward small talk.
That was clear. This is just big boy talk right here, right? So there's a little bit of boasting here in this big boy talk in this. But he said, and my oldest son, Amir Salim, out of New Orleans, took a golf cart to the Baccarat from the Waldorf.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Baccarat and Waldorf, those are like high-end hotels.
Yeah.
So his son's, so painting the picture for you, his son's taking a golf cart from one high-end hotel to another high-end hotel. And in those hotels, they had very expensive art, right? I'm gonna say 300K ain't even in the ballpark, right? So he's looking at this art on the wall. He's just like, that ain't even close. That's just probably like millions of dollars. It's just saying he's living an affluent life, right? His son is taking golf carts from the high-end hotels, so that's kind of where he's at in life.
Yep.
And then Ryan like that small.
I thought that was really cool because, you know, the art may be millions of dollars, but it depends on what you call. Do you see value in that?
Yep.
But I'm gonna say 300K ain't even in the ballpark.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Big boy talk.
But I'm gonna charge more just for some awkward small talk because I value that. I value my time. That's dope.
Value my time, and it's showcasing his place in life. All right, let's get back to it.
Lord, we got Pat Lakshmi for you. Let him massage your back with black seed oil. The foundation is firm, the flags need soil. Me, I need royalty because I bleed royal. Go through the veins to the brain, fabulous and strange. My journalistic range is a catalyst for change. Ain't got anybody to listen, piss and flames. And cause the Hall of Fame got so many missing names, I'll acknowledge the original people's not Oliver. Y'all will get the next challenge up for Excalibur. More police for my core beliefs. They tried to capture me and brand me on the cheek with a floor delete.
Dude, he's saying a lot,
Yeah,
man.
he's killing it.
My journalistic rage is a catalyst for change. It got anybody listening pissing flames. So his journalistic rage is a catalyst for change. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like the hood, like a hood journalist, right? Telling you about what's going on out here. You know, speaking conscious talk, and that's a catalyst for change, changing minds, elevating minds. So I thought that was a cool way of saying that. And it's got everybody out here pissing flames. He's just saying some fly hard fire shit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's pissing flames just so far. He's providing so much knowledge, you know what I mean, that that knowledge is fire, it's dope, you know what I mean, pissing flames. It's how I'm interpreting it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because he's a catalyst. He's pushing the genre, right? He's pushing it forward.
Catalyst
you know
for change.
Yeah, dope. He said a lot of stuff there, but this is already long.
Yeah. Let's get back to it.
And cause the Hall of Fame got so many missing names, I'll acknowledge the original people's not Oliver. Y'all will get the next challenge up for Excalibur. More police for my core.
Yeah, that was hot though. We gotta touch on that.
Yeah.
You know, he said the Hall of Fame got so many missing names. I'll acknowledge the original people, not Oliver. But basically, he's just saying he's acknowledging the people who've been overlooked, right, in history. The people who are sort of been, you know, who've done amazing things for mankind that have been swept under the rug. Black people is what he's talking about. Have been swept under the rug, and they're missing in the Hall of Fame. They're not being acknowledged for their contributions to society. So I thought that was important. line to point out.
They tried to capture me and brand me on the cheek with a floor de lis. Inside of my heart be more discreet. I'm international, my passport pages like more. I've always played my part from the start. Back in Philly where the triggers is mandatory to spark. With a slightest inflammatory remark, I had you in a living a category apart. Listen, a grain of salt tip the scales, it never fails. Walk on eggshells, sleep on a bed of nails. Turn records like record sales.
Yo, he is spazzing. We might have to do a part 2. This is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I like the first he said they tried to capture me and brand me on the cheek with a fleur de lis.
Yeah.
That's like a flower that signifies royalty. Brand me on the cheek with a fleur de lis. So maybe saying that he's a king. I don't know what he's saying there, but that's slick though. That it's a flower that signifies royalty. He said, I'm international. My passport page is like War and Peace.
Yeah.
That was hard. So he's got a decorated passport.
Yeah.
Because War and Peace is a novel.
Yep.
Right? It's a very highly acclaimed novel that's decorated with won many awards.
Yep.
But my international passport's like War and Peace. So he's got a decorated passport. He's been around, right?
Dope.
I think.
Yeah, that's what I believe in.
Okay. Yeah, he said, back in Philly where the triggers is mandatory to spark with the slightest inflammatory remark will have you leaving a category apart. So back in Philly where the triggers blast, it's a volatile environment. So keep that in mind. That's what he's saying.
Horrible.
So in that environment, he said, listen, a grain of salt will still tip the scales. It never fails. Walk on eggshells, sleep on a bed of nails. So he's saying move with, these are all idioms that basically say move with caution, right?
Yeah.
If you're in Philly in that type of environment where the slightest inflammatory remark will get you killed,
Just a little bit, a grain of salt will tip the scale.
tip the scales. That's lyricism.
Yeah.
Walk on eggshells, sleep on a bed of nails. So when you walk on eggshells, what does that mean? That means walk carefully, tread lightly, right?
Yep.
Sleep on a bed of nails. That means, if you try to sleep on a bed of nails, what do you have to be when you sleep on a bed of nails? You got to be very cautious, right? You got to be very relaxed and calm, right? So in Philly, where the triggers is mandatory to spark, you got to move the right way. You got to move with caution. You got to move with just move the caution is how I'm interpreting it. But that was super, super slick how he used those idioms though.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that was dope.
all right.
Yep.
Let's get back to it.
You wanna live in a category apart. Listen, a grain of salt tip the scales, it never fails. Walk on eggshells, sleep on a bed of nails. Criminal records like record sales, making heads and tails. We like Henrietta act up in the cells. My mother was a very loving woman.
Hold on, we gotta stop that one more time. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
God, what do you say? Criminal records is like record sales.
That was crazy.
like record sales, right? Like if you're killing, you're a dope lyricist, right? And you're an artist, and your record sales are off the charts. That's how criminal records are in the hood.
But what I liked was we like Henrietta Lacks up in the cells. That line is crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Henrietta Lacks is like an African American woman who died of cancer, and they used her cells without her permission, by the way, to do research, right? In her cancer cells, right? So her cancer cells are immortal. To this day, I believe that those cells are still alive.
Which is crazy.
And they're still studying her cells, right? So we like Henrietta Lacks up in the cells. So either he means we're always in the cells.
Right. Going back to the criminal records point, right? We're always in jail.
We're always in jail.
We're immortal.
And I think that's what he means. I think that's what he means.
But that's dope because her cells are immortal as well,
Immortal
right?
cells.
Almost, right?
Right.
So, dude.
So we're
dual meaning.
Which isn't it's not a good thing. Yeah. We're like Henrietta Lacks up in the cells. So black people we're constantly in prison cells, right? Criminal records are like record cells. So we have these long rap sheets where we're like Henrietta Lacks up in the cells. We have these, we're almost like forever in prison.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude.
My mother was a working class, very loving woman who struggled every dinner could have been her last summer. I come home chasing good for nothing, half cousins, and then walk in the crib to the smell of crack cooking. She was introduced to that substance abuse on some of the strongest drugs that the government produced. Look, I even got excused by the principal. My story is out of the Dub interview. I seen some ice.
I'm gonna make this quick because this video is like crazy.
It's getting.
I hope you guys appreciate this shit.
Because I'm actually tired. I'm actually tired.
Yeah, I like the introspection here, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's talking about his childhood. Yep. You know what I mean? His situation with his mom. My mother was a working class, very loving woman. She loved him, who struggled. Every dinner could have been the Last Supper, right? Yeah. I came home chasing good for nothing half cousins, and then walk into the crib of the smell of crack cooking. You know what I mean? Real shit, raw shit.
Crazy.
You know?
And then he said here she was introduced to substance abuse, right? On some of the strongest drugs that the government produced, right? That's dope, man, because not only are you exposed to drugs that's on the street, you're also exposed to legal drugs that you see dumb commercials at late at night. Are you tired? Do you need this drug? You know what I mean?
And there's also a conspiracy that the government put drugs in the hood as well. You know what I'm saying? that's what he's saying. Like that the government produced. Like the government put crack in the hood, or at least they turned a blind eye to drugs being in the hood. So
absolutely,
very well written. Again, just wanted to touch on that. Let's get back to it.
I never thought I would Grammy awards with the roots. I never thought I would be getting long in the tooth. My OG told me, boy, you better go and live your truth. I am a walking affirmation. That imagination and focus and patience get you closer to your aspiration.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because they give you shit don't mean you have to take it. My words capture greatness. Sworn affidavit. Seeing not another got more soul. Less you Korean. I'm just and that Turner holding his master's head like Uric and Horatio and Hamlet. Smacking it like a tennis racket underhanded. Sending message through the gram. The eagle is landed. Dressed in a military jacket.
This is a lot, guys.
I'm telling you, I'm actually getting tired.
I'm exhausted. I'm losing my voice. Anyway.
So, I'm a walking affirmation, that imagination, and focus and patience get you closer to your aspiration, which is dope, right? I mean,
I'm living proof.
Oh, man.
Affirmation, right?
Yeah,
I'm a walking affirmation. I'm living proof that having imagination and focus and patience get you closer to your goals, right? Your aspiration. Dope.
Dope, man. Dope.
Then he said, and not another got more soul, less you're Korean. That was slick. That was slick.
Yeah.
Soul Korea, but soul as in, soul, right? The feeling of soul.
But the place in Korea.
Korea's soul, right? Less you're He said, I've been having visions of Nat Turner holding his master's head like Uric and Horatio and Hamlet.
Holding his master's head, dude.
Nat Turner was,
wow.
If you don't know who Nat Turner is, man, he's a slave that led a rebellion against his master, right? So he's been having visions of Nat Turner holding his master's head. But like Horatio and Hamlet. If you know Hamlet, it's a Shakespeare play.
Yep.
Holding the skull, right? There's a pivotal point in the play.
Yep.
Horatio was holding the skull.
Wow.
So that was really slick, really dense, really
the imagery there, dude.
Incredible writing.
Wow.
Incredible. This is why people are saying, I understand now.
Yeah.
Why this is looked at as one of the best freestyles ever. Let's get back to it.
Crazy.
Look, I'll fall from the sky to see my calling. I'm not crawling, I'm a free man like Morgan. Seeing manhood in the hood's a damn good bargain. If a black man on tap dance and every girl that got a fat booty don't lap dance, well, I guess it's something wrong.
Dude, he's killing that.
That was crazy.
God, real quick. Seeing manhood in the hood is a damn good bargain. Seeing...
That's heavy.
Dude.
I think you guys think like Lyrical Miracle, Celestial Stars. You guys think like, I love Lupe Fiasco. He's a very sort of abstract, incredibly dense lyricist, but that's not the only way to be a great lyricist, right?
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you could say something that surface level seems simple on paper, but means so much. I want you guys to understand that.
Seeing manhood in the hood
is a damn good bargain.
Dude,
right?
Man.
What is that saying? He's saying he doesn't see manhood in the hood. So when you do see manhood in the hood, I'll take it. I'll take
That's
anything.
a damn good bargain.
That's a good bargain. So that was really good. I'm glad you pointed out. It was a really good line. But he said if a black man don't tap dance and every girl that got a fat booty don't lap dance, I guess something wrong, huh? Yep. Crazy. So he's first he's obviously addressing manhood in the hood, that there being a lack thereof. Then I guess if every black man don't tap dance, right, acting like a buffoon, acting like a minstrel show, and every girl with a fat booty is not doing a lap dance, I guess something's wrong, huh? So he's pointing out problems, right? He's pointing out these stereotypes, right? And how people are so fed, they're feeding into these stereotypes. So something must be wrong if you don't see people feeding into these stereotypes.
That. Yep.
Excellent lyricism.
Crazy.
We can go on and on. That's just crazy, man.
Ridiculous.
Legend.
Niggas completely uninformed. I don't burn bridges, yo. I keep the haters running form.
Yeah.
One of y'all peers, I'm a sum of all fears. Somebody stronger than me, who that? I'm all ears. Obama, I wish he had another 4 years. Y'all some jolly good Hollywood squares. You in the residency, you're the one they call King Dada Alibaba, the talent to Mr. Trotter. Inside on my right palm, the mark of the stick. Model Papa, wig chopper. Emperor Joffy Joffa, motherfucker. I'm stronger than the coffee out in copper. All y'all niggas vagina hot. Remind me of my Cotton Pop. I step in the booth, I'm a bull inside a China shop.
He's losing his mind right now.
This is crazy.
He is losing his mind right now.
We're about to run out of memory on this one.
Yeah. Oh.
And I was trying not to stop it. I was like, let's just try to see if we can finish it up, but it's just too much.
Wow.
Niggas need, after he said the whole,
I don't burn
I get
bridges.
something wrong, huh? He
Yeah.
said, you know, niggas is uninformed, right?
Yep.
These kids are out uninformed, meaning these kids in the hood don't know what's going on, right? They're uninformed. They don't have the knowledge in
They're
order to be
misguided.
men.
They're misguided.
Right, in order to be men. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Then he said, oh my God.
I don't burn bridges. I keep y'all haters running for them. I like that too.
He said, I ain't one of y'all peers. I'm the sum of all fears.
Fears. Yep.
If you go back up, I don't know if he's still touching on a Morgan Freeman.
Right.
who
Yeah. Because he was in the sum of all fears. Yep.
That would be crazy if he connected, because I think that's what, when he was writing this, that was
Right.
his, that kind of brought, when he said Morgan Freeman, I think
I'm a free man like Morgan. Yep.
he said, I'm a free man like Morgan. Then he said, I'm the sum of all fears down below. I don't know if he connected that, but he said, being his excellency gets to be exhausting. Being this excellent, right? His
Yep.
excellency gets to be exhausting. You in the residency of the one they call King Dada, Alibaba, the talented Mr. Trotter. Inside my right palm is the mark of the stigmata.
Hard.
Big Papa, Wig Chopper, Emperor Jaffe Jaffa. Motherfucker, that was crazy.
Yeah, he lost his mind right there. He lost his mind. The
I'm
cadence
stronger
on
than
it-
the coffee out in Kaffa. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm pretty sure the coffee's very strong in
Yeah.
Kaffa. And maybe Africa.
killing it. And
Anyways.
Jaffe Jaffa from Coming to
Coming
America.
to America, King Jaffe Jaffa.
Yeah, he killed it. He killed it.
Played by James Earl Jones. He was the father in Coming. He was the African king in
Yeah.
Coming to America. But that was just flexing.
Yeah.
Saying he's the king. He's his excellency, right? Flexing.
And the way he delivered that was dope.
High level flexing. And like to Ryan's point, the delivery was crazy. Let's get back to us. Finish this up. Shit. Shit.
So excited, pumping that earth, wind, and fire body, yeah. Cool and potty dock, a la marina, hard body, yeah. You seen another rapper cleaner, mommy, probably not. How I feel to be the best that did it, I admit it. I'm visiting from planet, bring these niggas down for minutes. And y'all know I'm exquisite, wicked as Wilson Pickett. The sickness I exhibit, I'm too legit to quit it. I don't fake it till I'm.
Yo, let's shout out Wilson Pickett.
Yeah, man.
What's that song in the midnight hour? I might put that in the video.
I'm gonna wait till the midnight hour. That's when my love comes tumbling down.
I love how he incorporates these prominent black figures, these legends. You know what I mean? I love how he incorporates that in his freestyles, though. Dope.
Yeah, man.
Panther mind, I'm in the elements you can't combine. I'm at a level of intelligence you can't define. Einstein, Shakespeare, Voltaire, Corn artist / psychology professor. When I was reckless, I was worried about the guest list. I'm helping rappers everywhere, fulfiller, death wish, your flex. I'm glad we made contact. My nigga also know this shit for combat. Brain matter contain too much data. I tell a story like fingerprints and blood splatter.
Yo, that was
You
incredible.
see what it is? Black Thought, Funk Flex, one of them.
I think Flex was like, "Hey, dude, all right, we need to cut it," because he was blacking out. He was blacking out.
Let's talk about it. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was. It was.
That,
you know what?
I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being the best freestyle we've heard on this channel.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
It really is that incredible on this channel, and I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but maybe ever one of the best freestyles I've ever heard.
It is definitely one of the best. Definitely one. I don't ever want to say, "Oh, it's better than this and better than that," but dude,
It's one of the best. That is a fact.
Yeah, it's one of the
in
best.
my world. It's one of
Period.
the best I've ever
Period.
heard. Whether or not it's the best ever, I gotta sit with it because there's a lot of amazing freestyles that I've heard. But this was really special, man.
Dope.
And I love that it highlighted someone who's been so severely underrated.
Yeah.
You know, people just I guess they associate Black Thought with the Roots like he's just like a band rapper.
Right.
The world went crazy when he dropped this, and salute to one of the greatest rappers to ever do it. If he's not at least in your top 10, top 5,
Yeah.
he could be top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. And I think we did a Roots song.
What we do.
What we do, they don't know. And y'all ain't watched that. So go back
I didn't give a fuck
and
about
watch that. Dude, dope. And you know what? I'm not gonna be long with it because I know we gotta end this.
And that album was what? In 93?
Yeah,
That
and
they
that-
released that?
that was dope.
93, maybe 95.
Dope.
He has been rapping since 1993 to 95. This dude has been rapping for over 20 years, right?
And that's hard to say someone that's been rapping that long that's still relevant.
And
now.
it's still at that level.
Yes.
Come on, man. He's
dope, man.
Now he's in a conversation. If you want to say he's the GOAT, that's the type of rapper you say is GOAT. Not
Yes.
these rappers that just released one album and you want to call them GOAT. Stop it.
But I don't even know if he's really trying to go for the
He's not.
frame.
He's not trying to be that guy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it hurts my heart because I wish he would because
he deserves
we
it
need
now.
that. We need that. But I thought it was phenomenal, man. And when you first told me that Puff was like, or P. Diddy or wherever he's going by these days was like, oh, this is one of the best freestyles ever or the best freestyle ever. I thought he was just trying to promote his Ciroc vodka because I don't know if you saw that little plug at the beginning. I was like, yeah, he was trying to push his Ciroc vodka, but Puffy,
He was,
but
he
that was
also
dope.
meant that.
Yeah, that was
Puffy is a
dope.
hip hop head too, and he knows what's up.
Yeah, but that was dope.
And it's a black thought. Credible.
So salute to Puffy, P Diddy, whatever you're going by now. That was dope, man.
Salute to Black Thought.
And salute to Black Thought.
Salute to
man.
Funk Flex
So-
for having this platform. This was amazing, and wish you guys happy holidays. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah.
And that's it, guys. That's the end of the video. If you like it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's
Absolutely.
Las Vegas, George, Ryan.
We out.